The twin suns of 3Alien burned low over a wasteland of shattered chrome dunes and molten ruins. Heat shimmered above the wreckage of what was once a research outpost, now just twisted steel and black sand. Captain Elias Vance moved carefully among the wrecks, rifle slung across his back, visor cracked from the last firefight. His mission was simple on paper: retrieve any surviving human tech from Outpost Epsilon before the Empire found it. But out here, nothing ever stayed simple. He kicked open a half-buried hatch and descended into the dark. His boots clanged against metal. The stale air smelled of ozone and ash. Inside, the remnants of a lab lay scattered broken pods, shattered vials, glowing fragments of what had once been humanity's most guarded experiment, Serum X9, a liquid prototype meant to amplify neural focus and psychic synchronization. A faint noise made him freeze. Breathing, he turned, weapon raised, and found her, an alien girl, barely conscious, half buried under debris. Her skin shimmered faintly blue under the flickering light. Her breathing was shallow. Her eyes, one glowing faintly, the other blind, flicked toward him. Please. She whispered in halting English, help. Every instinct screamed to leave her. Imperial crest tattooed on her. Call her enemy. But the way she trembled, the weakness in her voice. It wasn't the enemy he'd trained to hate. It was a survivor. Vance dropped his weapon and started clearing the debris. Hang on, I've got you. Her fingers brushed his wrist, burning hot. The contact sent a strange pulse through him, like static electricity mixed with emotion, fear, loneliness, regret. He hauled her free and carried her to a medical crate. Inside, the only fluid left intact was a vial of Serum X9. He hesitated. You're not even human, he muttered, but you'll die without something. The girl's breathing faltered. No time to think. He injected the serum into the rehydration pack and pressed it to her lips. She drank. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Then her body arched violently. Light flared across her veins like liquid fire. The entire bunker trembled. Damn it, Vance shouted, shielding his face. When the light faded, she was different, awake. Her eyes glowed with radiant silver. The air around her hummed with energy. What did you do to me? She whispered. I saved your life, Vance said, panting. She looked at him, and for the first time in her life she saw everything. The serum hadn't healed her body. It had opened her mind. She could feel his heartbeat, his thoughts, his fear, and his stubborn compassion that burned brighter than any weapon. Outside, engines roared in the distance. The Empire had found the crash site. Vance gritted his teeth. We've got company. The alien girl rose, unsteady but glowing with a new strength she didn't understand. What's your name? He asked. Lyra, she said softly. Daughter of the High Regent? Figures, he muttered. All right, princess, let's move. As they sprinted into the dusk, the ruins behind them erupted in plasma fire. The serum container cracked, releasing one last pulse of energy into the sand, a signal that would soon wake forces neither human nor alien could control. The desert night bled red as the twin moons rose, one whole, one fractured like glass. Captain Elias Vance and Lyra sprinted across a ravine of molten stone, their shadows flickering beneath the glow of pursuing ships. The sound of engines thundered overhead. They've got flyers, Vance shouted, ducking as a plasma bolt scorched the cliffside. Lyra turned her head sharply, not from sound, but from feeling. The serum had awakened something inside her. Every living mind within miles pulsed in her awareness like distant lights, Imperial soldiers, tracking drones. Vance's heartbeat hammering beside her. She gasped. They're closing in from the west ridge. Vance gave her a sharp look. How do you know that? I don't know, she whispered, clutching her head. I can feel them. The ground trembled. A gunship descended ahead, cutting off their escape. Vance pulled his sidearm, muttering, of course they did. The ship's ramp dropped, revealing Commander Dravik, his armor gleaming with the sigil of the Empire. His voice boomed through the canyon. Return the fugitive, human, and you may yet live. Vance spat into the sand. Yeah, not really my style. He fired first. Plasma bolts ricocheted, and the canyon exploded into chaos. Lyra screamed, not in fear, but in resonance. Her serum-charged mind flared, reaching out unconsciously. The drones in the air twitched, sparks showering as their circuits overloaded. What the hell? Vance ducked as a drone fell, smashing beside him. Lyra's eyes glowed white. Her voice trembled. I can feel their minds. I can turn them, then turn them fast. She raised a hand. Energy rippled through the canyon, invisible but unstoppable. Half the Empire's machines turned on each other, firing wildly. Vance used the chaos to take aim and dropped two soldiers with precise shots, but Dravik advanced unharmed, his armor shielding him from the psychic surge. He raised his plasma spear and lunged. Vance barely parried with his rifle's frame, sparks flying. You're outmatched, human, Dravik growled. Story of my life, Vance grunted, slamming a charge pack into the rifle and firing point blank. The blast sent Dravik reeling into a rock face. Lyra staggered, the energy in her body flickering like a dying star. That serum's power was burning through her too fast. Vance caught her before she fell. Stay with me, princess. Her fingers gripped his jacket weakly. You shouldn't have saved me. He met her gaze. Yeah, well, humans are bad at doing what we should. Above, the remaining gunship opened fire. plasma scorching the cliff. Vance saw a narrow crevice in the wall, a possible escape. "Move," he shouted, dragging Lyra inside as explosions shook the canyon. They stumbled into a cave network. Ancient tunnels carved long before humans or the Empire. The air was cool, filled with faint luminescent fungi that cast blue light. Vance leaned against a wall, panting. "We buy time here. Maybe figure out what the hell happened to you." Lyra pressed her hand to her chest, feeling her pulse race with unnatural energy. "This serum changed my neural lattice. I'm connected. To you, to the world. I see what you feel." "That's not creepy at all," Vance muttered. She smiled faintly. "You're scared." He looked at her, half amused, half serious. "Yet, of losing people I just saved." Silence filled the cavern, heavy, intimate. The flickering light made her eyes look almost human then. From deeper within the tunnels came a low hum, ancient machinery awakening. Symbols along the walls began to glow. Lyra stepped closer to them, her hand trembling. "This place. It's not natural. My people built these chambers long before the Empire. It's a sanctuary." "Sanctuary?" Vance asked. "For those who defied the Emperor." A cold wind swept through the cavern. Vance raised his weapon, scanning the darkness. "Yeah," he muttered. "I get the feeling we just woke up something older than either of us." Outside, Commander Dravik's forces regrouped. The Empire would not stop, not until both fugitives were dust, but deep beneath the burning canyons. The bond between human and alien had begun to evolve, a spark that might one day ignite the rebellion. The sky above Zyrith Prime was alive with fire. Red tracer beams stitched across the clouds, cutting through the night like burning veins. The alien capital was falling. The Empire's banners black with silver sigils glared from every tower. But in the chaos below, one man refused to run. Commander Helicata, the last Terran operative still breathing in the system, was sprinting through the ruins of the Spire district with Leora, the alien girl whose veins now pulsed with human power she was never meant to carry. "Carter, I can feel them," she whispered, her voice trembling as they ducked behind the wreckage of a hover tank. Every heartbeat within a kilometer. The fear, the rage, the Empire's soldiers there, coming for you. Carter loaded his rifle, the metallic click echoing against the stone walls. "Then let them come." The serum had changed her. The girl who once couldn't even lift a crystal shard now stood radiant and trembling with power, her eyes burning like twin novas. When she took Carter's hand, energy leapt between their palms. She gasped, startled. "What is that?" Carter smirked. "Feedback loop. Your nervous system syncing with mine." A pause. Then softly, "Then we're connected." He nodded. "Link. Mind to mind, for a heartbeat." She heard everything: his exhaustion, his grief, his memories of Earth oceans, sunsets, the laughter of a woman long gone. And beneath all of it, something she never expected, a vow. "No one else dies while I still breathe." Her chest tightened. In that instant she understood him not as a soldier, but as a man who'd already lost everything except his reason to fight. They reached the core tower, massive obsidian monument that pierced the storm. Inside waited the warlord of shadows, Admiral Kryn, a towering alien wrapped in exoskeletal armor that pulsed with crimson light. "So," Kryn hissed, his voice echoing through the hall, "the human dares bring corruption into my city." Carter stepped forward. "You enslaved her people. You burned their cities. Now you're going to answer for it." Kryn's laughter was a blade. "And what will you do, little Die for her." But before Carter could answer, Leora's power exploded. The serum fused with her alien biology had reached its peak. Her veins shimmered gold. Her pulse sang like thunder. She raised her hand, and the very air bent. The Empire soldiers around Kryn froze mid-stride, lifted into the air, as if gravity itself bowed to her. "Enough," she cried, her voice resonating through every mind in the room. "No more suffering. No more chains." Kryn roared and charged, but Carter was already moving. With a soldier's precision, he fired a plasma round into Kryn's armor joint, then dove aside as Leora unleashed her full strength. A column of light engulfed the warlord. His scream rattled the world. When the light faded, only his charred armor remained, tile and silence. The Empire's banners began to fall. Leora collapsed into Carter's arms, trembling. "I can feel everything," she whispered. "The city, the people, they're free." Carter brushed a lock of her silver hair back, smiling faintly. "You did it." "No," she said softly, touching his cheek. "We did." Their psychic link pulsed once more, stronger now, steady, filled not with fear but with love. Outside, dawn broke across Zyrith Prime for the first time in a generation. Months later, a small colony thrived where war once burned. Human engineers worked beside alien healers. Children, half human, half Zyrite, played beneath rebuilt towers. And at the colony's center stood Carter and Leora side by side. She turned to him, eyes shining with quiet mischief. "You still owe me an explanation, Commander. For what?" "For giving me a serum that made me fall in love with you." He laughed. "I'm pretty sure that part wasn't in the serum." Her lips curved. "Then maybe it's just the human in you." He drew her close. Above them, twin suns rose over a world reborn. Their story had become legend, the soldier and the alien girl who defied an empire. Two hearts, one bond, a bridge between galaxies. And in every whisper across the stars, one truth endured. Humanity's greatest weapon was love,